for 414, and then for I don't. You are for PGDDE.
Sir, I am for
Sir, we can
MADEOL.
see you, but still your voice is not audible, sir. I think there is some technical issue.
So, Piali, where are you working?
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Sir, just a moment, sir. Sir, I have a connection problem. 1 minute, sir. I'll just join you. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I am basically working with an art and cultural hub, government of Rajasthan, called the Bikaner House in New Delhi. So I'm the program director out here. Sir, am I audible? Sir, am I audible?
Oh, Piali, you may have to repeat.
Okay, I will just repeat myself.
Yes.
So I work with the government of Rajasthan and I work with the Bikaner House, which is situated at the Bandara Road near the Hexagon, India Gate Hexagon. I'm primarily the in charge of the art and cultural hub under the state government of Rajasthan, and so I'm the program director with this place.
Is it in Jaipur?
It is in Delhi, New Delhi.
Oh,
You
okay.
have the Bikaner House on the Hexagon of India Gate near the Pandara Road. And
Oh,
that's the State House of Government of Rajasthan. So I'm the program director with the Art and Culture Wing.
that's an interesting.
Yeah. So I was keen to join this course because this would also enhance my skill. And
Mhm.
I thought learning is never ending and there is age is no bar. So
Yes, yes, that is perfect. True.
uh, uh, though it's too late, but never too late for anything.
No, no, yes, it is never late.
Although I'm trying to cope up with the timings of the classes because, as you know, I'm working with the State House, and today I'm also in the office because of our Chief Minister's visit in the capital. So I'm trying to cope up with the class also.
Yeah, nowadays there is so much political
A
still going.
lot of protocols.
Yes, 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 yes.
So, but yes, of course, I would have loved to do a full-time course at the university. However, it is uh, a very interesting module of having online education, distance online education for professionals like us. It's
Mhm.
been really helpful, and the classes, the counseling sessions that has been going on are so informative, so simple and comprehensive. So I
Yes,
have to applaud for that.
yeah. And the courses on distance education, they are wonderful courses.
Ji, sir. Yeah, absolutely. I have been reading a lot, trying to read as much as I can, uh,
Yes,
because I think if you are with the flow and if you're also in the class and you also read, it helps you to grasp more.
yes.
I'm more of a old school student. I love taking notes.
But, that's a good strategy.
Uh, So I go in a reverse module. I mean, if a unit is given to me, a block, I go in a reverse module of learning.
Very good. That's nice to know.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your support. I need your guidance and look forward for the session today. I may disconnect in between, but I may not be audible. I will stay tuned. Due to the protocol, I have to, if needed, I have to leave the meeting. My
Sure.
sincere apologies.
I know, no, I understand because if any senior official is visiting, then definitely there are certain challenges. But
Absolutely.
anyway, I think you can uh, contact anytime. Let me type my email ID
Ji, sir.
so that you can,
That's very kind of you, sir.
or
So if
maybe.
you could dictate, I can note down, sir.
Okay, it is RC Sharma,
Okay, sir.
R for Russia, C for Canada, Sharma at
At the rate
aud.ac.in.
uh, MUDM.
No, no, Ambedkar, A for Ambedkar, U for
Ah,
University, D for Delhi,
okay. Dot.
ac.in.
Okay, sir.
You can note down my number as well.
Ji, sir.
The WhatsApp is on the same number,
Ji, sir.
966
Okay, sir.
701
Ji, sir.
9838.
Really appreciate. Thank you so much, sir, for your support.
If there is anything, you can send a WhatsApp message.
Ji, sir.
Uh,
And whenever you get the time, sir, if you're in the capital, do visit our space. It would be a pleasure to interact with
my
you.
knowledge of Delhi is very limited. I, I just know that where is Lal Killa, where is
Oh,
Qutub Minar. That's why when you said Pandara Road, I thought that it is in Jaipur.
I see.
Because I was director of Jaipur, means of IGNO. So
Ji, ji,
I,
ji, sir. Okay. No, but anytime you plan to visit, you're most welcome, sir.
certainly.
Yeah. Pleasure talking to you, sir.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So who we have with us? Banu, are you there? Or Mohanji? Okay. In that case, then
Request something, sir. I'm unable to open the website of IGNU. If you could just share me the note of today's, the link of today's lecture. Is it possible?
actually, today I was thinking of explaining the things, and maybe next time I may have some presentation. We'll see to share it, or some notes which can be shared. Uh, have you downloaded the course material from the that eGyan portal? Yali? So I hope you can hear me, and let me explain the MDE 414, which is titled as Management of Distance Education. Briefly, first I will go over the course outline. Uh, this course has 5 blocks. Block 1 pertains to educational systems management, and this will give you an overview of the management functions and processes on what are educational systems and what are their features, what are their processes. This block 1 is having 4 units. Unit first is about management functions and processes. Then unit 2 is about management of educational systems. Unit 3 is on managing educational institutions. How do we manage them? And particularly, this is very significant uh, theme. And not only management of educational institutions, even managing any office, any unit is a big challenge in itself. And to effectively manage any educational institution, we need to have a good understanding of management processes. What are various strategies, processes for managing an institution? Here we will focus on in unit 4 on management process is in education. So this comprises block 1. Then block 2 is there, which is management of higher education. So as you understand rightly that in India, we have various levels of education. So there is pre-primary, primary, secondary, then higher secondary, then collegiate education, or we call it as a higher education. Then there are other dimensions like professional education. Those like medical education, legal education, and those things they come into it. So the block 2 pertains to management of higher education, and this block has 5 units. So our unit 1 is on higher education in India, retrospect and prospect. Unit 2 is about higher education in the developing countries. I think I wrote this unit perhaps long back. An overview of that. And then unit 3 is higher education in globalized world. Uh, then we will study management of higher education from a systemic point of view and management of higher education from institutional point of view. So these are the unit 4 and unit 5. Next is block 3, which is on planning and management of distance education. So broadly speaking, we like as you know that education can be categorized into 3 broad spectrums, like formal, informal, and non-formal. So here we have our formal educational systems, which are regular or traditional universities, which we famously designate them as face-to-face universities. And then we have distance education universities, which is distance education has gone online and open mode there. And then the nowadays we have various dual mode institutions or running through as correspondence course institutions like that. So block 3 pertains to planning and management of distance education, which has again 5 units into it. So we will understand distance education systems as such. Then unit 2 pertains to distance education methods and practices. Unit 3 is on organizational structure of higher distance education institutions. Unit 5 is on management of distance education systems. And the last unit in this block 3 is on issues in planning and management of distance education institutions. Then block 3 is about block 4 is about special cases, like as case studies on some of the world famous open universities. So in unit 1 we have our own Indira Gandhi National Open University, and Sir John Daniel, he was the president of Commonwealth of Learning. uh, so he coined a term, he gave a term for those universities which have more than 1 million enrollments, designating them as mega open universities. So Indira Gandhi Open University is one of the mega open university. Then we have Anadolu University in Turkey and like on. There are various universities which have more than 1 million enrollments on their campus. So Unit 1 pertains to the management of Indira Gandhi National Open University, and then how we can promote and coordinate distance education in the country. The Unit 3 pertains to National Open University of Nigeria. Then Unit 4 is on University of Open University of South Africa. Unit 5 pertains to B.R. Ambedkar Open University. This case study is very unique because the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University was the first open university in our country, and it became a huge success. And then it was established in 1982. Then on, because it was a state open, Andhra Pradesh for that state open university. So later on in 1985, Indira Gandhi National Open University was established by an act of parliament as the National Open University with the jurisdiction all over India. And we have many campuses outside India as well because of the uh, so popular courses and very high prestige of IGNOU courses. Many of the countries they requested to uh, help their own citizens in you know enhancing their skills. So we have centers outside India in many countries. And then the dual mode institution, a case of IDOL, that's also under a case study. So we have various kind of examples here as case studies from the country, within the country, outside the country, and the a different modality. Then block 5 under this course pertains to management of change, and we need to understand various strategies for management of change. There are various factors which affect and facilitate this change. We will understand them. Then quality management is a most significant aspect because due to the quality, the prestige of the institution is ascertained. So we need to know that how the quality assurance practices be implemented for open and distance learning institutions. Then there are certain organizational mechanisms for self-renewal. So we will have a look on those. So broadly, these are the 5 blocks in this course. And a block is a combination of various units. And in unit, you can consider it as a chapter. Various chapters or units, they make a block, and various blocks, they make a course. So in this course, you will understand the various issues which have been categorized on these 5 blocks. So the okay, the purpose of this like unit 1 is there, the management functions and processes. The purpose here is to understand the concepts of organizational systems and their components, identify what are various functions that management of organizations they involve, and how can we analyze the processes associated with the performance of major management functions. And we will also be understanding the role and responsibility of managers in any organization. So that is, broadly speaking, this is the first unit, which is uh, this becomes quite a the as a foundation for the further yeah, units in this course. And because management is all about how we can direct the energy and resources of organization so that we can achieve our activities in a purposeful, coordinated, and goal oriented manner. So, the functions of managers thus include what the managers do. Like as you are heading the office, so you are involved in policy making, you are involved in planning, you are involved in organizing, motivating the staff members, communicating with internal and external agencies, having a close watch on the activities, on the targets which are to be achieved. So monitoring is there, and then as a controlling authority, you have control over various aspects. It can be the financial aspects, it can be administrative aspects, so as a controlling body. So these are the various managerial functions which are essential. irrespective of the type of organization or irrespective of the level of managers. For example, if you see the educational institution, we have various kind of level of functionaries into it. Like the vice chancellor is the head of the institution, supported by the registrar for administrative purposes, and the deans or the directors for the academic units, like that. Or if it is a company, there we have the either COO, chief operating officer, or chief executive officer, or president, or manager, means whatever level they can be. So there are various role performances in an organization, and thus the management and administration, they become worthwhile to understand. So administrator means administration involves the top level functionaries, and in fact, uh, nowadays, because we have the various software facilities available to us for smooth running of an institution, so there is an important. I hope you know about the MIS, various kind of information systems. So in information systems, we have the decision support system at the top, and then at the lower level, we in a way the transaction processing systems are there, which are applied, and the main purpose is to get the data collected. This data becomes the base for uh, information. From information, it leads to knowledge. By having the knowledge about any concept, anything, any activity, any event, any happening, then we generate certain insights, and useful insights, they lead to wisdom. So that's why the uh, this process of uh, gathering right kind of data and processing it, managing it, it becomes very much important, because that becomes the foundation stone for a successful management of any office, or smooth running as the administration for any organization. So at the top level, more time is spent on administrative activity, and as we move down in the organization, more time is spent on management activity. So, there is one aspect of management and administration from there. Uh, you must have heard about, there are basically two approaches. One is the top-down approach, and the another approach is the bottoms-up approach. So it means both are good, both are equally applicable, but it depends on the kind of organization, the kind of strategies they have. In some organizations, the top management, they plan, they issue the directives, and that is followed by the lower ranks. And bottoms up, like as in democracy, so the people who are on the lower level of the role performance, from there the initiatives they generate, and then it goes up from there. So the entire process of planning about administration or management, organizing it, directing it, and controlling it, that becomes a significant aspect, and then it makes uh, a, in, like different terms of in terms of administrative management and operations management. So administration means those who plan, devise policy, and go with that. And operations are those who are put those policies into practice. So the staff manages them in this way. Uh, for the smooth running of any organizations, we put into place various rules and regulations, and its emphasis on regulation of the system, like in management, our focus shifts from maintenance to improving the efficiency. And efficiency means accomplishing tasks with minimum resources or optimization in the use of resources. So minimum wastage, allowing whether it is the resource or the human, uh, with either both, managing the situation with minimum resources available. And most of the time you see there is always a felt need that if there are more hands, then we can do much better. So the resource crunch is always felt in organizations. Number. So in that case, how we can make the best or the optimum use of those resources which are available to a person from there. And this leads to the means the success of the organizations. It depends upon the leadership then. How the people, they are means they carry out their tasks depending upon their motivation or how their efforts are channelized, that becomes the a um, you know a factor for the success of any organization. And as the organizations they become more complex, the kind of direction which is provided by the leadership and the coordination of various activities between various units, then it becomes complex. So if it is a simple organization or it is a complex organization with big paraphernalia, complex kind of processes, diversified approaches, things will change. And everything of these, they require a kind of effective leadership. So here the leadership is the how we can have the vision to a higher side, raising the performance to higher standards, and building the personality beyond the normal limitations. So, leadership is considered as the ability to secure desirable actions from a group of followers, uh, means without any use of coercion or persuasion or something. Here, the personnel, they should be willingly and enthusiastically participating in the towards the growth and development of the organization. So that one. And here some other factors of the persons, the employees, like their mental ability and their imagination on how means it becomes quite important. We often try to go with something new, like a new theory, a new product, a new process, or a better reporting system, or an improved version of what is already existing, how we are doing something. So we try to work on doing something creative in the sense of like bringing out a new product or improving the product which is already there, uh, adopting a new process or changing the process for better performance results. A typical example of if we see the creativity, it is like problem solving, and it is accepted as a creative process. Problem solving involves a kind of um, divergent and invergent thinking abilities of the persons. So in case of convergent thinking, we try to focus or narrow down on an aspect from various angles.
So may I stop you?
Yes, please.
I just want to know what exactly problem solving means. If you could just elaborate on that.
Uh, yes, in problem solving, we try to first understand the problem, that what is the real issue, what is the real cause of that. You can say we are not able to achieve our targets which we desired to achieve at a particular level in terms of either quantity or quality. If that is failing, in that case, there is a there may be some problem. So problem solving skill uh, involves to first define the problem and then identifying a solution, like we collect the data or the facts about it, analyze them, identify the problem, then we consider alternate solutions, selecting the best, and then putting the best selected solution to practice. This is called as problem solving approach. This
How is it related to creativity? As you said, it's related to creativity. Am I right?
because in creativity we try to come up with something new,
Right.
and something new here, if we are able to just dissect our problem um in a
So,
more refined way, then definitely we will be coming up with an alternate solution, which may be either a unique solution which is new, which so far has not been implemented in the institution, or it may improve what is already existing. It reminds me of a, I hope if you have heard about it,
yes,
what was that? I think Rolls Royce cars or what? Henry Ford, you know,
yes,
for Ford vehicles.
yes.
Henry Ford has been a very famous industrialist in United States, and when they started making their cars, Henry Ford used to watch the employees there. And once, when he was observing some workers who were doing the welding of the body of the car, an idea came to him, and he asked his workers that, okay, let me handle this one. And if I remember it correctly, I think they were doing 18 welding on that particular component of the automobile. Means welding, 18 points they were doing it. So he tried to reduce the number to 16 without compromising the safety and the quality of that part. And they did the testing. And then he found that, okay, yes, we can manage with this without sacrificing any of the aspect of either safety or the quality. And that reduced the cost, the operational time, and then. So that was there, means he could see that a lot of time is being spent and then more money is involved into it, that way. So this is how both the problem solving and creativity, they are related to it. If the more creative we are, the better solutions we will be coming up for any issue which may be hampering the smooth functioning of any organization. And that can lead to new kind of vision, or developing new kind of culture, developing new models, or even nurturing new talent from there. So
So, sir, if it is like identifying a problem that is interrelated to the creative side, am I right?
yes.
So, once we identify a problem and if it is solved, that shows that our creative is better.
um, Creativity can be the linkage or a bridge to our problem solving.
Okay.
uh, you can think of it in terms of various. Let me think of an example for it. Mm, means they are in a way, the creativity and problem solving, they are intertwined processes which complement and enhance each other. So it helps in identifying and defining problem in a unique and innovative way. We are able to see the problem from different perspectives. Uh, I hope you might have come across this an example of six or nine written in between two persons.
Yes.
It depends on who is on which side of that. So one person will say it is nine, another person will say it is six.
Right.
So it allows us to see the problem from different perspectives, and then which allows us to uncover new challenge, or means we can reframe the existing ones. And
Hmm.
then this allows us to generate multiple solutions, like thinking out of the box or exploring unconventional ideas. Uh, I think who had said that, Elon Musk, or I think it was Steve Jobs or someone who says that if, or Jack Ma perhaps, I don't know, but somebody says that if people are not laughing at you for your ideas, you have not done enough creativity or creative thinking, something. And they say that the means let them laugh, but ultimately when you get success, then they will be in awe of you. So
Very
people,
good.
huh?
Yeah, well said. Well said.
I forgot that name of that person, but it's a very famous thing about it, that you should be bold enough, creative enough. Even the people, they may laugh at your suggestions, but
Right.
in any organization, no idea is a foolish idea. We just need to try it, test it, and even something may work in certain specific condition. And this is very funny. I remember people say that Bill Gates had said it, but I don't know whether actually it was Bill Gates or who. He says that, means the quotation goes like this, that if you want any work to be done faster, then hire a lazy person. he, he, he will always find a way around to do the thing quickly.
I experienced that at my workplace with my team.
So they will come up with some kind of jugaad so
But
that
I have to comment on the same, saying that the most laziest person are the most creative person
that's why their creativity flourishes, because
because they have ample time to think.
yes, because they can think out of box,
Yes.
they can explore unconventional idea,
Yes.
and diverse approach, multiple alternatives, with those kind of things. They they can be so, like, okay, let us imagine that the a marketing team in an office is asked to promote a new product, and they are facing the problem of low customer engagement, and they are trying very hard to come up with effective advertising strategies. So then what they can do is that they can find certain ways to capture customer attention. And you must have seen that there was a very famous it was the men's shaving cream. Long back it used to come on television, I think some 20-30 years ago. There is this person, he goes on knocking the door to the people, and then asking them about which shaving cream do you use, something. And the last person, when he knocks the door, the person turns, and he has a beard. So he tells him that, what do you mean, like that. And then the expression on the face of the salesperson, they are unique. and then the product is advertised from there. So it means a kind of a unique way to capture the customer attention. I still remember there was an advertisement about, I think, when the mobile phones were introduced, the small ones. There is this lady, she's sitting in a restaurant, and she has one hand on her ear, like if we sometimes we sit on a टेबल, वो हमारा हाथ अपने कान की तरफ ऐसे स्पोर्टिंग पोजीशन में. So, and she is talking. So there is another person sitting across her on another table, and he thinks that she is saying something to him, and he gets motivated. So he goes there and stands near her table. Now, when he approaches her, she अपना हाथ उधर से निकाल के उसके हाथ में वो छोटा सा फोन होता है, and she tells her that bring me a cup of tea. She thinks that he's approaching to ask her for the order, and that was a very funny moment for them. And then the advertisement comes about the product. So like that. Then the another thing about the relationship between creativity and problem solving is generating multiple solutions, uh, like social media influencers using them, or for the same thing here, like launching a new product, or creating interactive online campaigns, hosting creating events, incorporating gamification, something. So there are various ways of implementation and action in those cases. So that goes with it. Okay. So then there are various aspects of planning and controlling. No. Planning is a process which requires the managers to think before acting, and thinking in advance about means what to do, when to do, how to do, and by whom is the core of the planning process. Every organization has some tasks or the target, and these are those targets which bring the people together, and definitely it makes that it organization, and together they strive to achieve those targets. So in that case, then uh, we need to have a regular review, and from time to time, that and redefine the purpose, that how the things they are going on. So when we see the management functions in any organization, and any kind of organization, irrespective of the nature of their business, planning comes at the top, and controlling comes at the bottom. But they are because plans can be executed effectively only if there are good controls put in place, so that we can measure the targets achievement at various stages, particularly like uh, in computer science we have this software development life cycle, SDLC methods. There are various kind of methods, and in that there is an iterative process in which we create one yeah, a piece of software, then try it, and then check it, and then refine it, and then the iteration goes on. So first we come up with version 1, then version 2, version 3, and when we think that now it is good enough for the user to use it, then we bring out the prototype and ask the user or the testers to use them, and then it is given to the user for installation purposes and maintenance. So the good control factors will always lead to the good achievement of our targets. So means we can say that if there are good control systems, then they are essential elements of effective planning process. So first, let us say about the planning there. And in planning, good planning, there are various things like flexible thinking. The members need to have a flexible mindset, challenging the conventional kind of methods and exploring new avenues upon there. So, alternate platforms of collaboration, partnerships, or other techniques, their innovations, novelty, how we can overcome certain obstacles, and putting the implementation uh, plan into action. Those things they are good, and means about the uh, feasibility and practicality of each idea in the planning stage. And then we have certain asset factors for it, like we need to see the budget, if there are any budget constraints or time constraints, or what are available resources. So a careful consideration of these things helps us in developing a comprehensive plan, which is good for the achievement of the targets for the organization. So, a proper planning brings a higher degree of rationality and brings a systematic approaches in the organization's working. If there is no planning, then what happens that we are often left to react to situations and the problems as they arise, and that can create chaos into the system. So proper planning allows us to act with initiative and create solutions which are to the organization's advantage. The if there is no proper planning, most of the time what we will be spending our time on, most of the time we spend our time on crisis management, firefighting mode. अब ये हो गया ये कर लो, अब ये हो गया ये कर लो ये कर लो ये कर लो, means there is no systematic thing on getting it done from there. So means there are few things which are always unknown and uncertain in any organization, that is there. But and these things which are not known to us or which are uncertain, they make the planning process a risky process. And several organizations they uh, try to bring flexibility in their approach rather than having a rigid approach, because there are certain external factors elsewhere in the world. uh, till October November last year, nobody knew about chat gpt, and nowadays these technological revolutions, the applications of artificial intelligence, they have come up, and our activities, our processes, our strategies, they have changed a lot. So these AI based tools, they are there now. We are using them for emotional measurement of emotional intelligence. With the help of these, the working of the people, it has been smooth line. There are so much. So these changes, when it happens in the society, it affects them. uh, have you heard about Google Glass?
No, no, sir.
There are I will tell you two products. One is the smartwatch. Smartwatch means like the an example of Fitbit or the
Oh,
tracker.
yeah. Exactly. Yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so that is one product.
Yeah.
And then there is another product, it is called as Google Glass. ये एक सिंपली ऐनक की तरह ही होता है, जैसे हम चश्मा लगाते हैं।
Okay.
तो बट उसमें फ़र्क क्या होता था कि जो व्यक्ति ने उसको पहन रखा है, इट इज़ इंटरनेट अनेबल्ड, and it can scan the things in front of them. Say like मैंने Google Class लगा रखा है
Is
और
it like a VR system?
yes, that is a kind of a wearable device.
Yeah, VR system. Yeah.
सो उसमें क्या होगा कि जब आप उसके मीन्स मैंने यदि वो ऐनक लगा रखी है और
जी.
आप मेरे सामने आ गए तो मुझे आपका नाम वगैरह पूछने की ज़रूरत नहीं है।
Oh.
जो उसके अंदर कैमरा लगा हुआ है वो आपके फेस को स्कैन करेगा
जी.
और मुझे आपकी डिटेल्स को डिस्प्ले कर देगा, सो आई नो अबाउट इट।
It's quite risky.
Yes, yes. But the problem was that this product was introduced by Google. It stayed in the market for around a few years, and then it disappeared from the market.
So when was this?
A few years ago, I think Google Glass came somewhere around 7, 8, 9 years ago. But on the other hand, these trackers devices like the Fitbit and those the Apple Watch, even being so expensive, they have become very popular. तो जो पहले वाला जो प्रोडक्ट है, बुराई उसके अंदर भी कुछ नहीं थी, बट इट फेल्ड. So the question here is that why some products they become popular, everybody wants to have them, and why some products they fail. Any idea? सोचो जरा. रीजन इसका ये है that any product which gets the appeal of the masses, the social acceptance, it becomes popular. So you see in the market any product, and that's why the marketing agencies, they try to create the mass appeal of anything, and it includes the people as well as the product. People means like if you see our national leaders, there are certain national leaders which have their mass appeal on a huge scale. So because people accept them, and similarly this product, because the masses they could not link with them. So the Google Glass, but now the Google is coming up with this second version. So means it disappeared from the market, but it was not killed. It was not stopped from production. So they tried to do more research and found that what can be done to make it a better device so that people start using it. On the other hand, these wearable devices, the trackers, etc., they became a hit because everybody liked. It was something like that. Sony introduced those for music. So music industry changed. Initially, we used to have those tape recorders and there's the audio cassettes. They were bulky, but as soon as those music pods they came, and then the whole of the situation changed. So that so planning is a dynamic process, and as well as it is a risky process. We see that what works and what does not work, and that's why it has to be a flexible approach in managing the strategies or the situations in any organization. Another aspect is one was the planning in any, and then the second is the controlling. So the benefit of control is that it supports planning in two ways. Number one, we are able to review the current goals and strategies, and means so we
Sir, sorry, on page 15, I think you're on page 15 of planning. The last para, if I could have an understanding about that.
Yeah, now I'm on page 15. Yes.
Yeah, the planning just before the planning session comes to an end. The last para, I need an explanation. I was
Uh,
just going through that.
okay.
I think it is written that what happens in such situation is that a revised plan is put in place before the old one is carried. This process of midway correction and renewal is what makes planning a dynamic process. If I can have an elaboration on that.
Yeah, it says that uh, sometimes we feel that depending on certain changes which are happening, although we have a solid plan in place, but something externally or internally a big change happened in the organization, like
Okay,
the change of leadership. Due to some reason, the current person is not there now.
right.
Okay, another person has come on board with a new philosophy, with a new thing. And then overall, it has been seen in industry on many a times that when the business is handed over by the father to the son, and the son believes in different thing, and then the planning changes. Accordingly, the board has to adopt new strategies from there. So here we say that there has to always be a way and a provision that if something needs midway correction or have a relook on what is.
So,
We,
how do you apply the midway correction? Like, I mean, say, for example, as you suggested, the father from the father it goes to the son. So, how does he do the midway correction?
okay, in that case, then means uh, okay, let me give you an example from the software development side
Right.
till I think of something else. That we were working on a software. Say, for example, Microsoft Word is being developed.
Okay.
Purpose here was to allow the people to create their documents. And when we were developing that, in the meantime, an idea came and it was being implemented. Another parallel thought came that, okay, if we include this feature into our product, it will become much more effective.
Okay.
So in that case, then we need to create a way for the new thinking, new strategy to be included into it while we still are on our previous planning execution stage. So uh, in
Right.
terms,
Got it. Got it. Got it. Thank you so much. Thank you
so
so much.
yeah, it means here is the component of flexibility is more important.
Right.
if we say that नहीं नहीं, अभी जैसे आप इसको ये मान के चलिए कि there are certain rules and regulations in government offices everywhere,
Right.
and sometimes our means common people, our customers or our citizens, when they approach some officer have been heard in saying कि जी ये नहीं हो सकता. Okay. And I
Right.
remember that in IGNU, we had our a very wonderful person, Professor S.K. Gandhi. He was Pro Vice Chancellor of Indira Gandhi National Open University. I think he came from Indian Administrative Service. I attended one of his meetings, and there he said a very beautiful thing. He said that these rules and regulations, they are not here to create hindrance for the people.
Okay.
Mechanisms to channelize our efforts, that within this if you work there will be no complexity in the system, but
So it is
unfortunately,
more of accommodating yourself
yes,
in the
yes,
situation.
in the situation. So
Right.
we need to have flexibility as an essential feature of any good plan. That is written there, that if there is a need we should be, and that's why if you see that so many laws, they are changed, means
Exactly.
either by Supreme Court or appropriate authorities, because they think that the older thing is not working and we need to modify it. So new regulations they are brought in, new uh, means strategies they are adopted, and like that.
Perfect.
So you simply see the case of what do we call them? These we give order for the items now online. We place online orders, and then the things they reach us at our place, means whatever home or wherever
The delivery, yeah, the delivery is.
the delivery services they have changed. You know.
So more of promptness and flexibility.
Yes, yes, yes. So it has changed the market strategies altogether,
Absolutely. Also because of the competition.
and the competition and the ease for us,
It's all interlinked.
and everybody is benefited with that.
True.
So that's why the many of the things initially it was there that no, you have to come here if you want to purchase something, come here. Although people still go to the
It was a compulsion.
yes, and then they make, but then the people they have faith in the market, and people I know that they book their refrigerator online, air conditioner online, instead of going there and having a
Because
same.
of easy accessibility, everything has become more convenient.
एंड नाउ दे नो दैट व्हेन दे रिसीव देयर पार्टिकल, उसमें से वो जो पैकेट निकलेगा उसमें से ईंट पत्थर नहीं निकलेंगे.
Yeah, right.
शुरू शुरू में ऐसा बहुत हुआ था, एंड देन मीन्स द बट देन these companies they had to take strict measures about it, and then they were able to restore the faith of the people, and that's
So
why
they
now it is.
incorporated policies also. I mean, I guess
Yes, yes,
proper planning and policy and strategizing the entire marketing.
yeah, yeah. So similarly
Continue,
the.
sir. So you can continue.
No, no, it is good to discuss, because sometimes, one way speaking, it doesn't.
I know it becomes monotonous.
और फिर कई बार मुझे ये भी लगता है कि पता
जी
नहीं
जी
आपको कोई
जी जी नो
कॉल
नो
आ
नो
गई, कुछ और आ गया, और आप मुझे सुन भी रहे हो या नहीं सुन रहे हो.
नहीं नहीं I was also reading while you were narrating so that's why I was trying to pinpoint some things which I
Yeah,
couldn't
it is a good idea that to keep on looking at the text, so that you can highlight the important things and pick up the questions.
exactly
From
although I didn't go through it but I was just randomly like as you were narrating I was going through each part so I could understand what
yes,
exactly you're saying.
yeah.
Thank you so much sir for
Oh,
being
yeah.
supportive.
You are very welcome. So then, after that, the next thing in this is organizing. Means organizing, either we call them as people or products. So, how to organize our resources, which may be human resources or non-human resources, for the optimum functioning of any institution. And this is the organization which becomes a very major component there at every stage, in the planning stage, in the execution stage, and at the monitoring stage, everywhere. How do we
It is
or
rightly said as in one word in the text it's the roadmap right.
yes, yes, certainly. So this is like what and how they have to be ascertained. Means what will be there, whether it is a person or a strategy or a material thing, something, and how we are going to organize it using certain activities, strategies, or something. So in that, the first issue, whenever any organization is to set up, we first go with the structure of that. And I hope you know it that when we say structuring the organization, it is represented as organogram.
Yes sir.
Organogram, it shows the complete from the top to the
The tree, as you say, you
yes,
know.
the organizational tree map.
Yeah.
So that shows. So it helps us in properly. Uh,
But I think earlier, as you were as you in your narration, you said that the planning comes on top and the controlling comes at bottom.
yes, yes, certainly. When we have our next class, I think I will show you that
I would
the
really like to have some slides also, if we can have as a graphic
yes,
mode of communication.
yeah. Um, in fact, I was waiting for my these IGNU friends. I
As
requested them to send me the topic list in the in the morning only. I downloaded this material from the website, and that's why.
So can it
Otherwise,
be shared on the email if it is okay, or as an information sort of like? I mean, it would be lovely to read and go through it.
which one?
If you have any statistical reports or something like that, graphic description.
Sure, sure. Maybe by our next class, then I'll prepare something
Thank
and
you, sir.
share it with you.
Because that also helps us to sort of in the exams. I don't know, I believe in more of writing informal writing,
Yes.
and also representing it with some presentation. It
Hmm.
enhances the copy, I feel
Yeah.
personally,
Yes.
because I have been a writer so primarily
Very good. Have you written some books?
I have been a journalist for 3 decades, so
Wow, that's wonderful.
so uh,
Which
that's why I love to read and write.
and which organization it was?
I was with the leading organization called Times of India, and my beat was very different. I was a lifestyle editor.
Wow.
So I served with the organization for almost 2 decades. And then I gave a sabbatical, and then finally I'm now with the government of Rajasthan.
Great. Uh, हम भी टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया लेते हैं घर में.
Gee, sir. But now there is, I mean, as a journalist, I feel that sense of writing is not there. You know, it lacks that creativity, and the facts are not there. It's not authenticated anymore.
Due to these AI tools now, since at this point has come up,
Gee,
a lot of
a lot of discrepancies are there.
change has occurred.
Absolutely.
Some people they are favoring it because they are saying that it is becoming a guiding tool to us, and many people they are in fact the job of content writers. It has changed a lot.
Sir, even the employees, they're losing their job. Like for an example, if I may go ahead, if you see Aztak, they have this weather forecast, and you
Yes,
will have the AI
yes,
thing placed there. So the person who was there in that post is
yes,
has lost his job,
yeah,
and so now they are replaced it with AI model.
yes, yes. And it is happening not only at the personal level,
Absolutely.
even at the content development level, both. So so there are now two groups. One says that there is no harm in using it because it becomes as our technical assistant. But then there is other group which says that it is killing the creativity in the person because you are not thinking now.
Yes, yes, yes.
you
But
know
it is a very risky and very threatening at the same time, I feel.
and the situation currently is that since we have reached here, it is not going to stop.
Absolutely.
It will go. It means that has become the base, and it is going up from here. And already there are so much of the dangers, like we have the deep fake. So I just need a sample of your voice, so I can create certain audio messages in your voice, and if I have access to your photograph, I can
Absolutely.
create a video. So, and that example is already there with AI tools, like when
There are a lot of security concerns also, personally. You
yes.
know, it's getting into your privacy.
So ethics and these say privacy concerns, they are a big issue with these, that how the things they are being. Um, So
I'm
accountability.
really enjoying the conversation with you, sir. Though
And
we are going out of the topic, but it's very encouraging and enthralling session.
I think we can bring it into our topic, not out of topic, by
Thank
saying
you.
that this becomes an issue of planning. If we are in an organization, now we need to plan about it. Like if you see which page is this one, this is page number 17. One of the major purpose of an organization chart is to indicate, and then the first one is the clear definition of the responsibility assigned to every person. So here, if these things, we know that, like I see here, the a clerk in my university here.
Yeah,
Few days ago, when I went to meet him, he was adding an extension in Gmail for a AI tool which would write an email. You just tell the software that on what is your purpose of the email, and then it will create the email.
I see.
So it is an extension of chat GPT kind of a tool. So you just tell that, okay, write the email to the student confirming their admission. The name of
Mm-hmm.
the student is this, enrollment number is this, fee paid is this. Only these sentences. And then
Oh,
the software created a beautiful email. Dear Suresh, we are happy to confirm that you have been admitted to this course. You have paid this much fee. This is for your own records, and we welcome you to our course. Like that.
so it's an auto mode,
Huh?
like an auto mode.
Yes, yes, but in an intelligent way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because one thing you must have noted that it is so much confident, this software, that its syntax, the lexical structure and other things, they are perfect.
I see.
So the language becomes so confident that even the answer is false, we treat it as a right answer. And that's why these AI tool creators, they say that please don't uh, believe them with blind faith. Do
Absolutely.
your own testing as well, because the answer may be looking right but it may not be right
Yeah,
because of
exactly.
its language structure. This is so perfect. And language is all the languages, they have their own rules. The grammar is there.
Right.
It is all can be converted into algorithms and mathematical equations. So the
Exactly.
software cannot go wrong on that front. Which
True.
tense is to use, which verb, adverb, pronoun, adjective, noun, whatever it is to be used, it will do that work perfectly. So in that case, there is now an issue here for our topic as well, that if these things are there, maybe it is the right time, because these things, they are emerging now, and we need to have a proper planning on these things, that how the institutions, they are going to use them. And particularly अब तो आपने बता दिया कि आप जर्नलिज्म में थे. आपने नोट किया होगा, आई थिंक कर्नाटका और बेंगलोर यूनिवर्सिटी इज द फर्स्ट वन इन इंडिया which banned chat gpt use in there. No chat gpt. So that is there, means now they are, and many of the organizations, they are in some way trying to see that how, if it is to be used, how it is to be used. So that way it is becoming a good component of planning and as well as controlling both. In what way the people, the employee, which tool they can use, and how they can to promote the productivity, to make a better product, to make a better decision, use them, it is good. So that goes with there. Okay, then we have leading and motivation. And both are, means leading as a good leader, to show them the right path, how to do the right thing. That is the good leadership. But most of the time, I have found that we have good bosses instead of good leaders. Somehow, the people. Uh, there is okay. It is very interesting. I have heard many people saying that our customer is prime, serve for the customer. One of the vice chancellors of a university used to say that our student is prime, students का ख्याल रखो वगैरह वगैरह करके. Okay. And then do you know about the famous British industrialist Richard Branson? Hello, Yali? So Richard said that you take care of your employees and they will take care of your customer. So that is the kind of leadership styles. So we can say that leadership in management, it is the ability to guide, to inspire and influence our employees, like as a group of individuals or an organization toward achieving a common goal. And leadership involves overseeing and coordinating the efforts of the employees to accomplish tasks, to achieve them effectively and efficiently. So there are various skills and qualities in an individual which makes them good to lead and motivate others. So Pierre,
Yes, sir.
okay, I was I was asking, have you heard about? Did you hear about the Richard Branson theory?
No, sir. I'm not a management person, sir.
No, that's why I want to repeat that thing.
Gee, sir, I'm so sorry. I was on a
No, no,
call.
it's okay. It's okay. Perfectly. I know that since you are in the office, so
Yes, sir.
there are things which are beyond your control. That's
Yes, sir.
why when the my colleagues from IGNU they asked me
Huh,
for this counseling, I told them that
huh.
I'm available. I want to do only it on Saturday because then I'm not in office. If I have to take this session from office, and if
Gee,
some student comes to me, I
yeah,
can't say no to them.
absolutely.
So that it's okay, perfectly okay.
Totally
So
agreeable. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You may continue, sir.
you must have heard about this famous saying by many bosses or who are sitting on the top that our customer is the prime.
Yeah,
You know,
yes.
customer is our god, and
Yes, Gordon. Yes.
so and in a vice chancellor of one university,
Hmm.
he also used to say that our students are the top. You do everything for your students. And
Okay.
I used to disagree with that because and one day I found a quotation by this famous British industrialist Richard Branson.
Who owns the airlines?
Yes, who owns those Virgin
Virgin
Airlines?
Airlines. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes.
he is a very flamboyant.
Absolutely. I had met him during the F1 race in India.
Oh,
He had
yeah,
come,
I think he came with a whole
he had
lot
come during the
of
F1 race.
yeah,
And
dance
I had
करते
the
हुए,
opportunity to meet him that time.
ढोल ढोल बजाते हुए and something.
Yeah. जी, जी, जी.
Very big show.
जी.
उन्होंने एक बड़ी अच्छी बात बोली थी. He says that you take care of your employees and they will take care of your customers automatically.
Wow, beautiful.
If you keep on focusing only on customer and ignore your employees, कभी भी customer को अच्छी service नहीं मिल सकती.
Absolutely. You have to motivate your employees to get the customer satisfaction.
Yes. So to me,
I think I apply that module with my team.
Yes,
Always keep them happy.
you take care of your employees, they will take care of everyone.
Absolutely. They handle all the
हाँ
situations.
वो
They become loyal and then
yes,
they are supported.
that is a beautiful word. I like it. Loyalty. We
Yeah.
have to earn their loyalty,
Yes.
and it cannot be demanded.
You
It
have
has
earned it. Yeah.
it has to be earned. सो नाउ अब एक लीडर के अंदर क्या क्या की एस्पेक्ट्स होने चाहिए. एक तो क्लैरिटी ऑफ विजन एंड गोल सेटिंग. They need to articulate a compelling vision which inspires and guides the team members towards a
Absolutely.
common goal, towards a shared purpose. वो नहीं है तो फिर काम नहीं चलेगा.
G.
देन डिसीजन मेकिंग, क्विक डिसीजन मेकिंग.
Yes.
यहाँ पर मुझे याद आया अभी आज से बहुत साल पहले मैं एक बार कौन बनेगा करोड़पति देख रहा था.
Acha.
देयर वाज दिस ए लिटिल गर्ल. Little
Okay.
girl means she was not a child, but
Mhm.
uh, इन दैट आई थिंक
Teenager.
होगा कितना 20-22 साल की
Teenager. Teenager.
बच्ची. हाँ वो कह लीजिए आप. एंड व्हेन अमिताभ वाज आस्किंग हर समथिंग शी वाज वेरी प्रॉम्प्ट इन सेइंग मींस गिविंग हर sharing her
Reply.
thoughts.
Ah.
And I remember that Amitabh had at that time he had said to her that, wow, I like your thinking pattern because you are so quick in telling in a very clear way.
Clarity is there.
हाँ. तो वो मुझे भी वो हमेशा उस याद आती है क्योंकि कभी-कभी जब मैं अपने आप से जैसे उसको कंपेयर करो तो
G.
आई फाइंड माई सेल्फ इन डिलेमा. करें ना करें क्या करें फंसे अब फिर सोचने लग जाते हो यू कैन. बट नॉट विद दैट गर्ल. दैट वाज सो क्विक सो प्रॉम्प्ट. So
Absolutely.
decision making, quick decision making, and this makes a very good. If like in army, if the jawan they are looking at their major or colonel for
G.
decision, and the colonel is not able to make a quick decision, फिर तो जवान खतरे में है.
Absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
that has to be there. It has to drive the organization forward in a positive direction.
Oh.
एक है स्ट्रॉन्ग कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, बेटर कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स.
Hmm.
ये बहुत ज़रूरी है.
G.
और उसके लिए ये होता है दे नीड टू हैव मीन्स टू से समथिंग. द फर्स्ट क्वालिटी विच आई थिंक इज टू स्टार्ट हैव द एबिलिटी, द स्किल ऑफ लिसनिंग.
That is what I was about to say. The first quality is be a good listener.
बी ए गुड लिसनर ओनली देन
Then
यू.
you can grasp what they want to learn from you.
यस, यस. So and that will means
I think I'm applying all this from your knowledge.
because it will strengthen means open and
Strengthen the
transparent
skills.
communication.
Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely.
अदरवाइज आप सुनोगे नहीं और अपनी अपनी बोलते रहोगे तो एम्प्लॉय भी कहेगा ठीक है जी आप
G.
फिर बोल ही लो, जब मेरी आपने सुननी ही नहीं तो फिर जो करना है कर लो.
Yeah.
एंड इट हैपेंस इन मेनी ऑफिसेज, आई हैव सीन इट.
Yes.
मैं
True.
बोलेगा ठीक है जी फिर तो अब तो ऐसा जैसे आप कर रहे हो फिर तो मैं ऐसा ही कर दूंगा. लाइक and then we have already spoken about motivation, how we can create a positive work environment. The important thing here is that we should not be conducive in appreciation.
Absolutely, sir. Totally agree.
मुझे अभी तक याद है मैं जब जयपुर में था तो मैं अभी भी कहता हूँ बट वो मुझे वहाँ पे मेरी जो असिस्टेंट डायरेक्टर है उसने एक बार बताया था कि सर आप ये बार बार गुड वेरी गुड क्यों बोलते हो. मीन्स मेरे पास जब भी कोई भी कुछ लेके आता था तो मैं उसको मेरे ऑटोमेटिक था वो मेरे हाथ उसको मैं
शाबाशी देना.
हाँ वो करके कि गुड वेरी गुड चाहे वो गुड ना भी हो तो भी गुड, वो ऑटोमेटिक बनता था.
It's encouragement.
हाँ मैंने उसको बोला कि देखो यदि इससे उसको फायदा ना बेशक हो रहा हो बट उसको नुकसान कभी नहीं होगा. एटलीस्ट वो नेगेटिव चीज़ में नहीं जाएगा.
G.
मोटिवेट करने के लिए पॉजिटिवेट करने के लिए हो सकता है थोड़ी सी और मेहनत करनी पड़े बट
G.
एटलीस्ट यू आर नॉट लेटिंग योर एम्प्लॉय गो बिलो ए सर्टेन लेवल
Absolutely.
of discouragement or
But sir,
demotivation.
there are, I would like to, sorry, interrupt in between, but
Like,
there are situations sometimes when, you try to listen to your employee. I have some examples with my
mm,
team sometimes. They are very helpful, they are very prompt, everything.
mm,
But sometimes they make too many excuses.
mm,
One, two excuse you may allow, but
yes,
too many excuses, then they think we say good, we applaud them, we appreciate them, so they take it for granted that we like them. So, at that such situation, what do we do? Like, we are appreciating them, but then they take it for granted and then they try to make excuse. I hope you understand what I'm
yes,
saying.
yes. I think I know that situation. It happens. In that case, the firmness on the part of leader or the supervisor or the in charge or the leader is becomes essential.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
because as the leader, we know.
So then, can we apply the strict policy? I
Yes,
mean, would that hamper our identity, or is it okay?
no, it is okay because if we do not do anything, then it will spread and it will, the
So there
other.
has to be some alert
Yes,
so that they understand our
yeah,
position and respect that.
yes. Means the authority needs to be exerted at that time.
Authority need to be.
Yeah.
So
They
can
should,
you repeat that statement? Authority needs to be
uh, the authority needs to be asserted.
assertive. Yeah, this is what the line I was looking for.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you, sir.
Means we can be,
But also, the authority of the leader should not be too much
yes,
at the same time.
yeah,
That becomes too dictatorial.
certainly, certainly. We need to be accommodating, but not bending.
Ah, love.
You know,
Nice word.
to a certain level, we can keep on accepting their suggestions or even ignoring their mistakes if we can see that it was a not a intentional thing happened. Sometimes things go wrong. I hope you know about famous Murphy laws. Murphy has
Yes.
a very famous. So one
Yes.
of the laws is, which I believe very strongly, is that if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong.
Absolutely.
So in offices, sometimes the things they go wrong, but we need to see that whether it was a deliberate sabotage or it just happened.
It has to be seamless.
Yes, yes, we need to see the means the cause of that happening, and accordingly we need to be accommodating or reprimanding, depending on that. Unnecessarily being harsh is not a good thing, but unnecessarily too much leniency is also not a good thing. यहाँ पे मुझे एक बड़ी अच्छी चीज़
Totally
याद आती है।
agree. जी
मैंने
सर.
मैंने एक केस स्टडी पढ़ी थी।
जी.
एक इंस्टीट्यूशन के अंदर पहले चीज़ें मैनुअली होती थी वहाँ पर।
Absolutely. हाँ.
तो फिर धीरे-धीरे उन्होंने उसमें ऑटोमेशन ले आए। जो मैनेजमेंट टीम है ऑफ़िस की, मॉनिटरिंग और कंट्रोलिंग चीज़ को ज़्यादा बेटर, क्योंकि मशीन कैन एनालाइज़ द डाटा इन ए मच बेटर वे एज़ वी ह्यूमन बीइंग्स। Okay. So when the data was fed into the system created certain alerts with them, and they found that the or office found that if any employee is overworking, that is a bad thing for the institution, and if any employee is underworking, that is also a bad thing.
Right.
Now, the root cause was that if you are overworking, it means that you are doing that at the cost of something else.
But there can be a chance of that you want to learn.
They say that if you are means too much cautious कि आपसे गलती हो सकती है और उसको करने के लिए आप काम को कम कर रहे हो, कि मुझे गलत काम नहीं करना, बट यू आर डूइंग लेस वर्क,
Okay.
then इट इज़ अ रॉन्ग थिंग। और
Hmm.
आपको ये लगता है कि नहीं मुझे ज़्यादा काम करना है और ज़्यादा काम करने के चक्कर में कई बार गलत चीज़ भी हो जाएगी, मीन्स केयरलेसनेस। बोथ दिस सिचुएशंस दे आर नॉट गुड फॉर द organization, because in all the organizations there is always an margin of error which is acceptable margin of error। हर ऑफिस के अंदर किसी ना किसी चीज़ में हम इतना मान के चलते हैं कि ठीक है ये हो गया कोई बात नहीं जाने दो इसको। that if you somebody wants if we consider it कि मान लीजिए कोई आदमी ये चाहता था कि वो ज़्यादा सीखना चाहता है, ज़्यादा किसी चीज़ को करना चाहता है,
Hmm.
but then we have to see that if we have, say for example, it's a circle of 360-degree.
Okay.
So if I'm making 180-degree of something, so 50-50, it is okay. But if I'm spending 300 to 1 and 60 to 1, so out of 360 angle, it means that what is that at the cost of which I'm giving more time to the other activity,
Hmm.
depending on that. If it is leading to some sort of affecting negatively the organization's performance, we need to stay alert. If
Hmm.
not, then it's okay.
Right.
That can go with that. So we need to be wary of those employees who are either working means too much speedy, in that case without bothering about you can say it as a production.
Right.
Too much production is also bad, because then there are other things they will immediately come into force। इसको कहाँ पे स्टोर किया जाएगा, आगे कैसे ट्रांसपोर्ट किया जाएगा, आगे कहाँ से भेजा जाएगा, ओवर फ्लडिंग द मार्केट।
Right.
It's not a good thing। and then under production, that's also a problem। तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर ये एक चैलेंज होता है हर किसी चीज़ के अंदर, वहाँ पर आप किस तरीके से उसको मैनेज कर रहे हो। So overall, we need to see the employee growth, development, and engagement, and we need to do everything so that the employees uh, अभी मेरे को अभी एक कोटेशन याद नहीं आ रही, but something about the retaining the employees for a longer time with you, means with you means with the organization। those who are loyal they stay even if the वो इंडस्ट्री के अंदर तो कोचिंग बड़ा फेमस है, और पर्टिकुलरली सॉफ्टवेयर इंडस्ट्री के अंदर तो ये बहुत कॉमन है
जी.
that the people they hunt down the people and they offer them that okay we will
जी.
give you इतना लाख ज़्यादा, you can come here and something on that basis।
Sir,
So
RC has left the meeting. Sir, are you there?
uh,
Sir, are you there?
yes, I
I saw that RC has left the meeting.
our regional center person, it has got dropped।
Yeah, they have left the
Maybe
meeting.
हो सकता है उनका इंटरनेट वगैरह वो चला गया होगा। like so, and then what I believe in leadership, one of the thing which in one office I always wanted to tell my superior, that lead by example। That is, I think, to me, the one of the best quality of a leader, lead by example। You should set example by following ethical standards, making fair or just decisions, and promoting a culture of accountability and responsibility।
Sir,
Uh,
if I may be excused, I have the protocol and I need to,
okay,
I hope that's okay for you, sir. My sincere apologies,
no,
but
no, it's okay। I think we have covered a lot, and it's only
have
around
we, how much more time that do we have so that I will try to accommodate if possible?
no,
Um,
वैसे तो हमारा जो टाइम था वो 11 to 1 था, and it's already 12:40, so it's okay।
have we left out something or is it almost on the verge of
No,
completion?
no, for today's it's almost complete,
Okay, sir.
and we can meet in the next time. Then we can.
Certainly look forward, sir. And when is the next class, sir?
Okay, let me. check it. Next class is, I think we have our classes on all the coming Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay,
So
sir.
the next will be on 3rd and 4th June, 11 to 1 p.m.
11 to 1. Okay, sir.
So then please take care of yourself and the task.
Thank you, sir.
See
Thank
you
you.
on 3rd June then.
Absolutely. It was really nice. Lovely talking to you, sir. A very
And
informative session we had, sir.
yeah, and you can bring your questions
Absolutely, sir.
if you go through the material. Otherwise, we will discuss it here.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you. Really appreciate, sir,
Okay.
for your
Bye
support.
then. Take
Thank you.
care.
Thank you. Bye.
Mohanji, who is there? Banu? So you can close the session. You can stop the recording. Okay. Bye then. Thank you, and see you in the next class. Yeah. Take care.